Right, here we go, so we're recording. So welcome to Spandex Ray Guns, thank you very much for clicking on play. The moment I've been certainly waiting for has finally arrived. We're now going to watch Jaws 3D in 3D, and this is a first. There's a gentleman here who's allowed me into his house to view this film on his Blu-ray 3D projector. So if you want to watch your copy in 3D with us, then you can hit play now. So basically this came out in 1983, and it was released with the actual 3D gimmick. Is yours slightly... Oh, there you go. So yeah, by the time Jaws 3 came around, I think they were scraping the barrel for ideas. And the original idea was to make it a spoof, so they were going to call it Jaws 3 People Nil. And then at one point they were going to do a remake of The Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D. And in the end they said, no, we want to do another Jaws. You having trouble there?
No, we're good now.
Made him jump there. It's really strange, actually.
Fine now. Yours okay?
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah. Right.
Not blurry, is it?
No, they're
it's
fine.
Blurry, it's not working.
Yeah. No, just every now and again you.
I think it's the words.
I think you're right. Yeah. It's
Lots of people are not blurry.
No, they're not. No. Yeah, there is a bit of depth to it. You got the fact that you actually got this projecting on a big screen. I think helps when you watch it on a normal telly.
It's not as good.
Is it not as good? Okay. Yeah, sort of that.
See, mine are better, funky, but I think it's your ones seem to be okay.
Yeah, mine are fine now. Yeah, it works really well.
Look at the clown in the jockey shorts. Kelly, come on, pay attention.
Hey, girl!
Do it like this.
So with these 3D glasses, then you just plug them in, do you?
You got to charge them up for half an hour, and they last 6 hours.
Right. Okay.
Supposedly.
Yeah, mine are fine.
Your ones are the main ones.
Oh, are they? Sorry.
They're the hub, and you've got the ones that connect to that.
Oh, I see. Supposedly. How's that now? Brilliant. Okay. So, so basically, Jaws 3, it fell into that trap, from what I understand, of the 3D gimmick. So, in the early 80s, they did a bit of a revival. So there's a horror film like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
They did Friday the 13th 3D, Amityville 3D, and they did obviously Jaws 3D. And the whole idea of it is it's the whole 3D gimmick. They want the horror to kind of jump out the screen at the audience. Is yours happening again?
During
No,
which
mine's
family
okay.
and
Good.
friends attend SeaWorld as our guests. This is the Undersea Kingdom. 4 years under construction at a cost of more than $34 million. 4 pressurized viewing tunnels radiate out into the lagoon. There's the sunken
yeah.
Spanish
Yeah, it's
Galleon,
great.
Jonah's
Actually
Moving
works.
Funhouse, the deep water coral forest, all connected to the hub, central control. And a deluxe restaurant and cocktail lounge, all 40 feet below the surface.
See, sometimes when I look at the people on the screen, like to the left, they're in focus, and then
the
other ones are not.
yeah, slightly. But I don't know if it's like the angle, but that's fine now. So yeah, you see that plant stuff is kind of coming through a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
I think it's the DVD.
Well, I don't
The
know.
reason I'm saying is because I was just watching The Hobbit with your glasses,
Yeah.
and I tried these ones as well,
Yeah.
and it was fine. The Hobbit's obviously a newer film, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it could. Yeah, you could be right because it's an old movie.
It might be a bit. Some of
Yeah.
them are not completely 3D.
Yeah.
Altman? I thought you said those
Yeah, some bits are blurry, some are not.
Yeah.
I welded the dabbly myself.
Something's on the gate up.
So
Better get Mike Brody out here.
it was shot, as far as I understand, in 3D. So it was shot using like a 3D technique. Because there's two types of, well, I say there's two types, I'm not an expert, but there's one type of 3D called Anaglyph, which uses the red and the blue lenses. Obviously people don't want to wear that in a cinema because it gives you a massive headache, so they did this in, I guess, what you would call true 3D. So you want crystal clear images
Yep.
and like these kind of lenses. So in the cinema people would have got cardboard glasses but with these kind of grey polarised lenses.
The ones that I remember, the ones that had like red and blue and green.
That's right, yeah, the Anaglyph,
They
yeah.
were really awful.
Yeah, I mean they work like those kind of work on a comic book if you look at a still picture.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're still looking at a red and green person. You don't want to sit through a movie with like a red and green
No,
person.
not
So,
Day free, come on.
so I never saw this obviously at the cinema because I was too young to see it.
Altman, what's it look
But I remember we rented it out on video.
How'd that happen?
I can't tell, but she
And obviously back in the 80s there was no 3D tech, home 3D tech, so they just released, I think when they filmed it they did it with two lenses, left eye and right eye, one over the other.
Yep.
So when they transferred it to home video for it to rent, they just, it's shown on TV or on video, it always looked really just crap, like really bad, like blurry, so see that looks fantastic now.
Yeah.
That looks really good. That jet ski.
Yeah, my glasses are fine now.
Yeah. So this is actually filmed at SeaWorld in Florida.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, where
With that Orcazar.
yeah, with Shamu the famous whale, which
Yeah.
is no longer there now because it's obviously
Been released, isn't it?
yeah, it's I think
Been
animal,
released back out into the ocean.
into the ocean. Yeah,
The one with the fin that was curved.
that's right. Yeah,
Free Willy.
that's right. Yeah, Free Willy.
Free
Yeah.
Willy.
Have you ever been to SeaWorld in Florida?
No, I'm into Florida yet.
No.
The kids are too young.
Yeah. No, we haven't.
When they're a bit
either.
older.
No, we haven't. Funny because when I went to Florida in the summer of
That looks
'99.
really real, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks.
Came right at me then.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I went to see. I went to Florida in the summer of '99. I was 19. I went with some friends, and we went to SeaWorld. And it was really good, but before we got there, we couldn't go. We were going to go on one of the days, but we found out we couldn't go because they closed it down. And we spoke to some taxi driver, and the reason why they closed it down is because they found a body at the bottom of the tank,
Oh dear.
and they reckon Shamu had
Pulled someone in.
pull someone in, but they wouldn't give us the details. So it was quite funny.
That's bad press, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. And there was this.
Well, there she is now. Look, there's the
Yeah,
curved fin.
there's the curved fin. Yeah, and this taxi driver sat there and he went, "You think that whale plays?" So, yeah, I don't suppose she does, really, does she? Do you recognise that guy?
No.
Dennis Quaid?
Where's he from?
Tons of movies now. Have you seen The Day After Tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
He was in that. He was Jake Gyllenhaal's dad in that.
Is he an older version? This is like obviously.
Oh, this
20,
is
30 years ago.
yeah, this is when he was like in his 20s. Yeah, he was married to Meg Ryan for years.
Oh okay.
Yeah. It's funny how he's got older, but his wives have got younger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is just an actress here. That's pretty brave to be sitting
Yeah.
on the edge with Shamu.
Yeah. Putting you in.
Yeah.
She's being fair, she's alright.
Yeah.
Cindy and Sandy don't want to go.
What am I going to leave with a couple of neurotic fish?
So basically, the guy who directed this, he's an old guy now. His name's Joe Alves,
Right.
and he was the production designer on Jaws and Jaws 2. So, and he worked with Spielberg. He was a really good production designer. So
Take me to dinner.
he did the spaceship for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He designed the shark, the animatronic shark. So
okay.
when it came time to doing this one, I think he wanted his directing gig, but he was so focused on the 3D, I think they kind of forgot about.
The actual movie itself.
Yeah. Right, these two actors here. Well, obviously the black guy is Lewis Gossett Jr.
Yep.
Who was in An Officer and a Gentleman. The guy with the hat, he died a couple of years ago. He's an English actor called Simon McCorkindale. He was in Holby City,
Oh, right.
and prior to that, he was in a short-lived American show called Manimal. Don't know if you remember. No, it was like a kind of a Knight Rider kind of a show where he could basically turn into any animal he wanted to. And the chap on the left is in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's Hatchet Harry. He's
Yeah.
Hatchet Harry in that, yeah.
Any further questions?
But as you get into this film and you start to look at it, you can see now how things like, do you remember Deep Blue Sea
Yep, Deep Blue Sea.
with Samuel L. Jackson,
Yeah.
even Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, like kind of those kind of
Where it's set.
theme park, everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of, this is sort of one of the first to do it. So plot-wise, Dennis Quaid and his brother with the hat, they're meant to be the two kids from Jaws 1 and 2.
Right.
So they're meant to be the grown-up
Oh,
kids.
grown up now, yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I think the film gets ripped apart, because you're thinking, well, the two kids have grown up and they just so happen to get into problems with another shark.
Is there dad who was in it originally, 1 and 2, the one that saved him every time?
That's right.
Is he still in this
he's
one as
not.
well?
He's not in this one. So that's.
He's the police officer.
That's right. Chief Brody.
Chief Brody,
Brody. Yeah. No, he's not in this. Right, we're coming up to the first death scene in Jaws 3D.
Good sunset.
Great sunset. Reminds me of Mars from the other night. I don't know if you saw Mars.
I didn't see it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
From here?
Yeah. It was literally. I took the dog for a walk and it was
Because it was
just.
all cloudy, wasn't it?
It wasn't last night. It was over. It was.
Was this last night?
No, it was last week. When
Last week.
we had the warmer weather. I thought it was. I just thought it was a lantern that someone had let go, and I thought this thing's not moving. Then I realised it was Mars. Yeah. Because you could see like the heat tendrils coming off it.
It was a time when we had the sort of eclipse, the blood moon, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was all cloudy there, and I couldn't see the blood moon there.
No.
Tried to.
Yeah, you got a good vantage point for that.
Oh, fish is gone.
Yeah, fish is gone. I think we're coming up to the first 3D effect.
So what made him want to do 3D on the third one?
There we go.
Ran pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah. Right, you see now my 3D has gone slightly. Now that's supposed to be coming right at us.
Yeah, mine's coming towards me.
Is it?
Do you want to swap glasses so your one's
Right.
this swap?
Just want to see what that effect looked like. Oh yeah, you see, yours are fine.
Am I better than yours?
Well, they are at the moment. So with that arm, did that actually come right at it? That's just the angle I'm sitting at. Yeah, so I can. Is there 2 beers or 3 beers on that tray?
4, is it? No, 2.
2 and
2, 4. 4, there's 4, isn't it?
Is it 4? No, there's 2 beers and 1 small one at the back.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's the angle, I don't know.
It could be the angle. It could be the angle.
It's definitely working. If you take your glasses off, it's blurry.
Yeah, it is working.
And then you
It
put
is
my gun
working.
again and you can see it clear. It's definitely, I think it's the 3D quality.
Yeah, I think you're right. So there we go, listeners. It's the 3D quality because it's an old movie.
Hey, you met my kid, brother?
So your question, why do you want to do it in 3D? Basically, when they were chucking around ideas for a Jaws 3, the guy who wrote the script for it, his name's Richard Matheson. He was an author. He wrote The Incredible Shrinking Man. He wrote Spielberg's first film called Duel, about a lorry driver that's trying to kill a salesman who's driving across America.
Okay.
he wrote loads of science fiction stories. He basically wrote a script idea for a Jaws 3, and it was going to have 2 sharks in it, and it was going to be at SeaWorld, and it was going to be hiding in the intricate tunnels.
Right.
And he said he wrote a pretty good, because most 3s, unless they're part of a trilogy, they're not great, are they? A third movie.
Yeah.
So he felt he wrote something quite, something that was going to be worth watching. And then they said, "Oh, could you?" By the way, that's Marty McFly's mum from Back to the
That
Future.
looked like that was.
Yeah, Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
This is 2 years before Back to the Future came out. And she's always been cute as well.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what this game they're playing is here. I've got no idea. It's some sort of drinking game.
Yeah. Who can push you over?
Who can push it over first? Yeah.
Not only a game of balance, it's a game of...
So what was I saying?
I'll buy you 2 if the one you go.
So they said to him, "Oh, could you rewrite it so that you include a tenuous link to the Brody kids?" So he said, "Fine." He said, "I don't know why, but we could just make it a separate kind of shark-related film." And so they tied them in because they wanted that connection. And then they said, "Just make it the one shark." And then they said, "Let's how can we make this kind of different?" And the guy directed it went to SeaWorld as a location to do like a location scout.
Yeah.
And while he was there, they had a 3D cinema where you could just watch, ocean films about, the deep sea divers filming the aquatic life. And he said the 3D was so good. He said maybe we could actually do this as 3D. So I think they developed loads of kind of trial and error techniques. But Jaws 3 is notoriously for being a bad film.
Yeah. So what year did it come out? 1980?
83.
83.
Yeah, 83. So,
It's all in my eyes.
I think the only other 3 movie at that time was Rocky 3.
I wasn't even born there.
No, when were you born?
84.
84, right, okay. Yeah, I was 3 years old. Another little anecdote here, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the commentary, was when I know I was 3 years old, maybe 3.5. I remember specifically my brother coming home with my dad, and they'd been to see it. I didn't know they'd gone out to see it. He just came back, and he had this cardboard, like a table. Little jump scare there.
Yeah.
He had a cardboard table menu.
Oh.
Like a pop-up, had Jaws 3D written on it, and when you opened it up, this big pop out of the shark come out, like a photograph of the shark, and it was just kind of a freebie that he got. Now he terrorised me with that thing, right?
As a shark, you remember it?
Yeah, and for the following day he chased me around the house with it, and I ran up the stairs and I tripped.
Oh dear.
And my mum, she used to work nights, so she was asleep. My dad was at work, and he just shoved it in my face. And it traumatised me for years. And there we go, another little 3D effect there. See that?
Comes across slightly blurry, but it's
yeah,
not.
it does. Yeah, that turtle looks quite. See the actual atmosphere, like that smoke, the water. There's depth to it. But the stuff that's supposed to jump out. See that grass?
If you
looks
remove your
quite.
glasses, you can see it's blurry.
Yeah, it's definitely. So, yeah, he terrified me with it for years. And so, even though I'd never seen Jaws 3D at the cinema, in my mind, I've seen it, and I always had this kind of this little kind of fear in me about it. Because it was a deep navy blue, and it had the big red letters, and he had it in a wardrobe for years, and I wouldn't go anywhere near that wardrobe for years and years. Nightmares, yeah, stuff of nightmares. And then, like years later, I said to my dad, I said, "What was that? Where did he get that from?" And he said to me, so when we went to watch it in the cinema, and we're talking old school cinemas here, where you had you could like order it. Well, now you can order a pint, but there was a point in time where you couldn't order a pint. So you go to the bar. He said they had like a little restaurant area, and he said because they were promoting Jaws 3D, there was like posters, little cardboard things that were dangling from the scene. He said, and they just had all these menus on the table. Now my brother, this is a bit of information I've not revealed yet. My brother was born deaf.
Okay.
So when he went to the cinema, my dad was doing sign language to my brother, and the lady behind the counter said, "Oh, well, I noticed you signing." He said, "Yeah, my son's deaf." And I guess she felt a bit sorry for him. She said, "Yeah, you can take one of these for free if you like," because no one else was getting one. So she felt pity on the deaf kid. So so basically, yeah, she said have one of these for free. So he kind of came home with
So he came home to destroy you.
Yeah, basically he brought it home to destroy me. So
Typical brother.
now I've looked. We haven't got that anymore. I looked on eBay the other night. You can buy it for 60 quid.
Okay, the actual cardboard.
Yeah. So somebody, there's two. There's one in the UK and there's one in America. So it's a collectibles item now.
Will you get it?
Hey?
Will you get it?
Will I get? No, I haven't got 60 quid spare, mate. That's petrol, isn't it?
It could be worth a lot in the future.
It could be. It could be. No, just this experience is enough, to be honest.
Is it just this film you want to see? Was there any more you want to sort of...
It's the only one in 3D from the 80s that I've had this kind of
buzz to do,
and I thought, you know, I need to kind of just. It's funny because, like I said, I only sort of met you last week at a barbecue, and I just heard you say I'm going to go sell a 3D projector or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, aha! I need to pick his brain on that because obviously I was just starting this channel. So
yeah.
Incidentally, what I was going to ask you, just to draw a little bit of comparison here, Leah Thompson in her bikini. Hello. This I'm assuming you've seen Avatar at home.
Yes.
So what are the differences?
Avatar's on here.
Yeah.
But I haven't got it on 3D. I've only got Avatar on the normal 2D.
2D, right? Yeah.
On Sky.
Right.
But the quality of the size of the screen is brilliant because you get that cinema feel.
Yeah.
With the surround sound built into the actual walls.
Yeah.
With the fibre optic cable going into the speakers.
Right.
It gives you that almost cinema
sort of effect. Yeah.
So obviously the volume's not high at the moment. When it goes up,
it really goes up, does it? Yeah.
If someone's sort of an explosion on your right hand side, it really explodes
feel
on the right hand side.
Yeah.
So you think, oh my god, what's over there?
When you, I'm assuming you saw Avatar at the cinema.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously that kind of, I would say that film kind of restarted the kind of 3D thing, because everything now you go to the, you can just barely see a 2D movie now because that extra price on the ticket, right?
It's not much more.
It's not much more. So, and I mean, that film Avatar was obviously clearly designed by James Cameron to be seen in 3D. It was meant to be a 3D experience. Yes, you can watch it in 2D and it's great, but there was this retrofit because after that you had Clash of the Titans 3D. Everything was in flipping 3D. That looks good. Right, just for the benefits of those who are listening, her running into the water and his boots in the shoreline there looked really good in 3D.
It's like the water's going out of the screen.
Yeah, out of the screen. Yeah. You get
it's like you're there.
Yeah. Do you get that same depth? Yeah, because look at the. Do you get the same depth of field with Avatar? See, that looks brilliant.
I think the Avatar film, because my friend's got a cinema set up to me.
Right.
But his one's worth a lot more.
Right.
And I watched Avatar in 3D at his, and it's brilliant. Right. It's fantastic. But his screen's twice the size.
Yeah. Yeah.
As mine.
So I suppose, would you say screen size makes a big difference?
And also quality of the projector.
Quality of projector. Okay.
See, I mean, this Optima's a really good make.
Yeah.
It's probably up there with one of the better ones.
Right. Okay.
He's got an Optima as well, but his projector's about 7,000.
Right.
So it's without the screen.
Yeah.
So it's mainly about this machine here.
Right.
That gives you the better quality.
So, because I need to understand this a little bit, so this projector is obviously projecting Blu-ray. Is it an actual 3D projector?
So the projector's 3G.
3G, yeah.
So you have to have 3G capability that goes from here to the amp.
Right.
And the amp then goes to the screen.
Right.
So you're literally doing it 3 ways.
Okay.
But the amp controls everything, such as your Sky, your DVD player, your TV, your Xbox, your Alexa. All goes through there. So you have different controls, even your PC.
I think you'd like to hear some more orchestral classical, right?
Where's that coming from?
My Alexa. Alexa, off. So if I say Alexa, it then talks to me and says, what do you want? So
Brilliant.
And then I can play whatever I want, ask the weather.
Can I just say, you spoke to her like you were talking to the family dog.
You do. You actually can talk to your Alexa.
Oh, brilliant.
As if she's part of the household.
Right. I've heard of her.
Have you got Alexa at home?
No.
It's worth it because you could turn around and say...
Mate, compared to what you've got, I live in a cardboard box.
You can say to that little white box on my book, I say the name, I speak to
Yeah,
me.
of course, yeah.
But if you speak to it and say, what's the weather like tomorrow?
Yeah.
In wherever, it will say the weather's going to be this.
Right.
Is there traffic on the A47?
Yeah.
It'll say yes, there's traffic on the A47.
Okay.
And there's been a hold up because of.
Let me just check.
I'm Kelly. I'm housekeeper for the ski team.
Yeah, we're good.
Turkeys have any ID?
We're all good. Right.
That's quite good 3D, actually.
That there, yeah.
They're sort of coming.
Yeah.
What is good is watching football in 3D.
Yeah, do you know when
When they kick the ball towards you,
Actually,
it comes out towards you.
Right, you see, now that's what I was kind of hoping we would. That's what you would have got with these in the cinema.
The Hobbit, you definitely get it.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably the very beginning of the 3D filming.
Yeah. See, earlier on, we didn't really talk about it that much because we were talking about other things. Earlier on, when the guy got killed, then when he was trying to fix the undersea gate,
yeah.
Obviously his arm came towards the camera. Well, it was meant to, you said it actually came towards you.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get that effect, but
you might get it more now with them glasses.
With these ones, right? Okay. How are you getting on with those?
Yeah, they're fine.
Fine. Okay.
You might have yours switched off.
Oh, did I?
Maybe.
I
clicked it again. It went.
See, that is all in. That has all got depth now
Yeah.
to me. I don't know why a shark wants to eat a dinghy, but
it's hungry.
Hungry. Yeah. So when the arm sort of came out of the camera, one of the reasons why the dog's ears, why some of the effects are considered to be ropey is they did something. I read up on the other day. They did something called video compositing.
Right.
So it's like what they call chroma key blue screen, which they could do a lot better now. So basically, you have a background plate filmed on 35mm film. So they would have had the undersea, under the ocean, and those gates shot on film that you have to develop.
Yeah.
But because they wanted the arm would have been obviously a prosthetic arm filmed on actual video. And then they would transfer. They'd have to composite the two images, which is brilliant for what they wanted in terms to get a 3D effect. But you get like a black line around it, and you look at it and you go, well, that's just a really fake looking arm.
Yeah.
But in 3D, it's fine because it comes towards you. So that's why. See, even the cereal and the cups and the coffee
look square. Look like
Yeah.
You can touch it almost.
Yeah.
Put your hand out. You can actually do it. Try and touch it.
Yeah. The Tropicana there.
Yeah.
Brand dropping.
Yeah, I think the more recent movies, there is better 3D.
Yeah. The irony now is that I think tomorrow there's a new film coming out called Meg, and it's about a prehistoric great white shark.
Oh right, okay.
With Jason Statham. It's coming out tomorrow.
What, in cinema?
In the cinemas,
locally, okay.
yeah. And obviously, you know, Jaws is the original kind of classic shark movie. Obviously, there's sequels got worse, but there's things called mockbusters like that you get on Netflix, like Sharknado and Shark versus Giant Tarantula.
Yeah, I was going to say Spider.
Yeah, it's just really kind of stupid movies. Because I think they run out of ideas of what you can do with. It's great.
I'm sure I watched Snakes on a Plane in 3D.
Did you?
I'm sure it was 3D.
Funnily enough, when you talk about
Snakes came out.
When you talk about snakes, I was reading an interview with the director of this, and he was saying that one of the challenges he had, the producer said to him, look, if you can get that shark out of that screen and into the audience's laps, I'll be really happy.
Yeah.
He said, the problem is, he said, if it was a snake, I can do it. He says, but with a shark, it's got a fin.
Yeah, of course.
The fin's going to hit the edge of the frame, and it's going to ruin the illusion of 3D, so...
A snake can come further out.
Can come further out, exactly, yeah. So yeah, I know we're watching a really chintzy 80s movie, but I have to say, score-wise, the music's really good. It's got quite a spooky score to it.
Yeah.
When it goes underwater, it's got that kind of thumping.
You can hear it.
That kind of thumping sort of cello bass that kind of gets you a bit spooked out.
I think the sub helps as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
Without that sub down there, you won't get the quality of the sound.
Oh, is that the sub? Is it?
Yeah. So the white dome thing inside.
Right. It's like a giant stone from the beach.
Yeah, it's like a big giant white pebble, isn't it?
So, in terms of plot, we're sort of how far are we into the movie now?
I'd say.
What, 27 minutes, half an hour?
Why did you ram that?
Yeah, I'd say about half an hour.
Okay. So we're half an hour in, and all we've had is what?
One death.
One death.
A dinghy.
A dinghy. A lot of talking.
And some dolphins.
And some dolphins, you know. Let me just check my notes. I've got some notes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fitzroyce, but that's a behaviour I just don't do.
A bit of flirting.
Bit of flirting.
Nice things, Danny.
Here we go. Shredded wheat. Right. If you go onto YouTube and you type in Jaws 3D shredded wheat, there is a UK television advert for shredded wheat, and basically the camera's going around the breakfast table like a shark.
Yeah.
And you've got 3D images. 3D. You know the blue and the red glasses.
He don't live in.
And you get some like on the backs of the cereal packets. You got these 3D images of Jaws 3D.
Hold it just a second. Didn't he come home last night?
No.
Well, he didn't show up here either. I figure he's home hungover.
Jaws 3D shredded wheat commercial.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I remember that commercial.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh no, hang on. You want the top one? It's the top one. There you go.
Yeah. Passport.
Horrifying scenes from Jaws 3 on the backs of shredded wheat bags. And free inside, 3D glasses that bring them
There you go.
to life.
There's the poster.
Special bags of shredded wheat.
There we go. And you can still get shredded wheat to this day.
And you can still get it. 30 odd years later.
Yeah. Okay, we go. So basically, this bar wench here, she was obviously seeing the guy who had his arm bitten off.
Yeah.
So
Can't find him.
They can't find him. So they're going to go down in a submersible now and go looking for him. So we've
They
hoped.
had little tiny submarines back in the 80s.
They did, yeah.
Thanks, Danny.
Now, without meaning to sound like a really boring movie geek here,
Submersible is now entering the lagoon.
is that she's talking on a big telephone?
Yeah.
That pencil pot looks.
Wasn't that a one-to-one phone? You could pull the aerial out and then stick your actual phone card.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
I had one of those. They were
Did?
like a brick. Like a massive brick.
Yeah.
You pulled the aerial out.
Right.
You flipped it down. And you stuck your... Do you know them like phone cards? Just go to a phone box with your phone card.
That's
in?
right. Yeah, yeah.
Just put it into your mobile.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Really.
So I used to have one of those, and it was like carry around a briefcase with you the whole time.
So have you just kept that as a souvenir of you?
It's somewhere actually. I've
Oh,
got
right.
it somewhere. But it was literally like, I don't know, like a remote control, but 4 times as thick
Right.
and really long. And the air would come out like, so you pinch your ear, and the air will stick past your head
Right.
to get some signal. Sometimes you won't get signal.
I'll put yourself on the nose.
Yeah.
Right. This shot
That's
here.
quite 3D. Isn't it?
Yeah, but when it comes round now, it disappears for a second. Underneath at the back end, I think. No, it looks like they've rectified it.
That's very 3D.
Yeah, they fixed it. Yeah, that was quite good. Yeah, it was.
3D.
Yeah, because that was filmed in front of. That was what you call video compositing. So,
Right.
see that.
Then fish look 3D now.
Yeah,
You
that
can
looks.
grab the 3D. The fish are definitely coming out like.
Yeah, that's working.
What about the filtration pipes?
No, it's too strong a current moving the other way.
So basically, the shark's been hiding in there.
What, in that sort of cage?
Yeah, so what we've got, without spoilers here, that's why the camera's ominously zoomed in on
Onto that.
Onto that. Yeah, there's a baby shark,
Okay.
which they're going to. That fish looks better than that skeleton. Yeah, there's a baby shark, and there's that fish behind it.
Yeah, it
huge.
is. Yeah, it is a fish behind it. Moving very slowly.
Yeah. So there's a baby shark, and then there's a mother shark. So the first 2 sharks from Jaws 1 and 2 are 25 feet. This one's 35 feet.
Right,
So
okay.
it's a monster.
It's a big great white.
It's a big great white. I think
My
Flip-
brother's going to South Africa at Christmas,
Oh, is he?
and he wants to go into the cage to swim with the great whites.
Oh, really?
And apparently some of them are bigger than like buses.
Flipping it.
They're that big. Like,
Buses.
imagine like one of the buses driving past your road,
Yeah. Imagine it's a
and then
shark.
that's a shark.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd want a cage the size of a bus then.
I don't think I'll trust a cage.
No, probably not. That's quite expensive to do, isn't it? Shark diving.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's like a lifetime experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to do that though.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it? That looks brilliant. Them swimming in looks really good. And that sort of plankton or whatever it is that's...
There's also a YouTube clip of a shark going into a cage. So there's
a
diver in the cage.
Yeah.
And the shark accidentally flips into the cage and then stuffs himself and tries to get out. He eventually gets at the shark, and you think, where's the diver? And the diver comes out of the cage.
Right.
And like, what the hell has just happened?
He's been at the bottom, has he?
The shark's actually got into the cage,
with him.
But he's gone down to the bottom hiding. I'll have to show you later.
Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares, isn't it? Is that stuff
you think you're secure in the cage, and the shark manages to get in somehow, and then it's obviously panicking to get out.
Yeah, as it would do.
So it doesn't want to eat the man, obviously, because he's trying to get out.
Yeah.
The shark finally gets out. About a minute later,
there we go. That's the first shark sighting. Real shark. Yeah, can you imagine that? Well, no, I don't want to imagine it, to be honest with you. Dolphins look great.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
The dolphin's trying to rescue them.
Yeah. There's probably not a lot of air in those tanks, is there?
No. Look at them Thai boys that went down in that cave in Thailand.
Oh, I know. Yes, yeah.
They had to try and nurse dive to get out.
To get them out. There we go. Jaws theme's kicked in.
Yeah. It still makes your heart go, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
What the hell was that? Yeah.
I think
What is that?
the shark doubled up for a second there. I think it's rubber skin when your finger went over its head.
The dolphin saved him.
Yeah. Here's the rich suits.
Yeah.
Having caviar and champagne.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
Can all hope, can't we?
Yeah. What, to be the manager of your own sea life? Yeah.
Goes to Hunt Stanton.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Well, Becky next door, 2 doors down,
Yeah.
you know, she wants to go and train sharks and swim with sharks.
Really?
Should have brought her round.
Yeah, we should then.
Because she wants to go and do that for her job.
Blimey. That's quite a vocation.
She's a legal secretary,
Right.
but now she wants to go into fish.
Brilliant.
Learn how to train
If we kill
sharks.
this beastie on camera,
Very random.
Yeah.
guarantee you media coverage.
See, normally for Jaws, it doesn't really scare me.
What, sorry, the...
Jaws doesn't really scare me
Right.
usually, but like I haven't seen it for such a long time.
Yeah.
Because you get that, you still get that.
So they
quick,
get
get out,
yeah.
quick, hurry up.
For me, if it's anything if there's anything scary about it, it's the primal thing. Something about that deep blue sea, the aquaticness. You're out of your kind of depth, literally comfort zone.
No. What do you mean, no?
Well, I don't know if it's occurred
There's a
yet.
film where there's divers that go out to sea,
There isn't a great
and the
body
boat comes
of
back
water
and leaves them
you
there.
have to see
Yeah, deep water.
It's got deep water.
The husband and wife.
The husband and wife,
Yeah.
they end up being there for days and they die.
Yeah,
and
that's
get eaten by
right. Yeah.
sharks.
That's right. They get nibbled away and they get dehydrated.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the boat comes back a few days later.
They're gone.
No,
Yeah.
this is great. This is nuts.
Well, he's been sweating, hasn't he?
A white shark's are killers. I know them, for God's sakes. My father, my brother, myself. They're murderers. Okay.
But as we know, they're not murderers. They're just animals.
Apparently sharks don't actually want to eat you, do they? They've mistaken you for a seal or something. There's more deaths walking across the road than there is where eaten by sharks, but
There's a little bit of nose nudging and
they're more like, want to find out where you are.
yeah. Well, there's one actually on YouTube quite recently, a couple of months ago. There's a guy on a catamaran, or he's on He's either on a catamaran or a boat, and you've got the pontoons, the inflatable pontoons, and he's just kind of near the edge, and it just literally just lurches out of the water and just grabs on and bursts it, and literally like the distance from where we were on the sofa to that chair that's how close he was.
Wow.
You know,
near miss.
Near miss, yeah.
Lowering it into a holding.
Let's say with a shark, if you're going to get hit by a shark, to punch it in the nose.
Yeah, I'll try and remember
Or its
that.
eyes. But then at the time, you're like, what the hell's happening to me?
Yeah.
Whereas I think with a crocodile, the idea is to go underwater, because they can't see underwater.
Oh really?
So if you're in an area where crocodiles are, don't go above the water, because they can see above the water. Once they're underwater, they have to use their nose to sense where they're going.
Right.
So they can't see you.
I just got squirted in my face. Yeah, I'll have to remember that when I...
yeah, I mean, like, it's just... You watch these David Attenborough films?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls, yeah.
Did you see that YouTube video of that alligator in Florida going across the golf course?
It was massive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was like a dinosaur.
It was huge. In fact, they played the Jurassic Park theme to it.
I mean, that was a dinosaur.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like it. It was
really fat as well, like really big.
The girth on it.
It was proper.
Yeah, it was a magnificent beast.
And in Florida, they just walk around, don't they? Like, as if they're like cats and dogs walking
Basically, yeah. Can you imagine that?
I couldn't live in Florida for
You go and you guys get your milk out, or not that we have milk floats. And
no, but like in like Vancouver, they have bears that go like you're sitting there having your lunch in parks, and the bears come along empty the bins, get all the food out. They have bear traps, just like bears set off into the bins.
Doing that, right? Okay.
You could be sitting there. My aunt was over in Vancouver, and she said literally a bear came out of nowhere, and literally was smashing the bin up to get food out of it.
You build all the stuff.
You get a pot of honey.
That was the deal, right?
Sorry, just getting back to the film just for a second. Not Dennis Quaid here, but this guy in the red suit with the yellow bombs. He looks a lot like Face from the A-Team, doesn't he?
That's a bit, didn't he? Yeah.
I don't think his name.
What are those?
Dirk Benedict.
They're what? News bombs, Sonny. Grenades. I think Her Majesty's Ordnance makes them up for me.
Well, not in my water. Take them on.
You tend to your knitting, Lydia, and I shall tend to mine. No, hold it. Hold on a second there. There's not going to be any explosives underwater.
There's acrylic down there. It's a very fragile environment. There's no bombs. No way.
Look, buddy, I do understand this is insurance.
See, I don't think you understood me here, Fitzroy. I spent 2 years building this park, and I'm not going to see some visiting fireman with a homemade bomb roll out just because he wants to kill a fish.
Calvin, are you listening to all this?
So far, there's not been much action with a shark, is there really?
Not really. No, not really at all.
You want to see more shark?
Basically.
Remember Australia?
I think this is his first acting gig, so
okay.
He's a bit EastEnders, isn't he?
A bit nervous to it.
Yeah. I think he was a boxer as well. So, Cockney geezer.
Yeah.
Cockney geezer. So, basically what they're going to do now is catch this, because they don't know about the big shark yet. They just think this small one's swam in and got stuck, and they're going to try and
get the little one out.
Get the little one out and have it in captivity.
They find the big one.
But they do find the big one.
The mum.
The mum, basically, yeah. And she's a big old girl. Let me just check. How we doing? Yep, still going.
Glasses still okay?
Glasses are fine, yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Comfortable?
Yeah, brilliant.
They're better than the cinema ones.
Yeah.
Cinema ones tend
to
irritate me.
And I find with the cinema ones, you lose colour, don't you?
A little bit more.
They're dark.
They're supposed to last a day or something.
Yeah.
They're throwaway ones, aren't they, really?
Yeah. I've got about 12 in my sock drawer. Because I don't want to... Although they're free now. I used to pay £1. They're free now.
They're free now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think these ones here are about £60 each.
Oh, yeah, they're Optima, so they're obviously compatible with.
That's it, yeah.
With the.
You get one hub one, which I'm wearing now.
Right.
And that's the master. So as long as the master works, all the others work.
Will fall in line. So basically,
the master connects to that.
Right.
And they connect to the master. As long as the master works.
Right.
It's like.
So you've got Gru and these lot are minions, right?
Basically, that's what it is. Yeah. This is Mrs. Mum and Dad.
Right.
And they're the babies.
They're the babies. There's a shot coming up soon where he's going to fire a harpoon. comes at the camera, so hopefully it's going to work. Because in Friday the 13th, because I YouTubed these clips last night, in Friday the 13th Part 3D, if ever you're making a movie and you've got to have a harpoon gun in it, and Jason with a hockey mask, is that a little baby crying?
Yeah, I think it's the baby upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, Jason with a hockey mask, he gets a harpoon gun and fires it straight towards some poor victim.
Dorsal fin, middle of the back. Anything yet? Yeah, we'll get him on the monitor.
There we go.
One's gone.
It's alright, here comes Bear Grylls. So obviously it's night time, so it's quite dark under the water, isn't it?
Yep.
Quick! Mike! He's making a run! Come on, shoot it!
He's getting away. Get away, please!
So she was meant to tranquilise that. I don't know.
That did come towards her.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see it come towards her?
Yeah. Oh, she has
There it
tranked
is
it.
now. Yeah.
So just remind me, that pebble there is the sub.
That pebble down there is a sub.
Yeah.
And you've got 5 speakers, 2 that side, 2 that side, and 1 in the middle.
Right. Okay.
Your centre speaker. So your surround sound, one's sort of behind you on your right,
Yeah.
then behind me on the left. In each corner of the room, basically.
Right.
And then one middle centre.
Right.
And the other side.
Must ignore the ladies.
I can't ignore the bleeding out. We're pretty hairy down there.
You're all right, Kate? The center was so worried.
Scared the hell out of me.
So your screen, is that always permanently down, or can that retract?
No, it goes up.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm looking at getting a remote control
Yeah.
where you speak to it.
Yeah.
It's, I'm sure it's called now. But you say movie night, and
Yeah.
all the lights dim.
Yeah.
The sub comes on,
Yeah.
the amp comes on, the screen then comes down,
Right.
and then you say to it, play Jaws 3,
Yeah.
and Jaws 3 come on.
Wow. So you would.
It streams from the internet.
Ah.
So
Okay.
if it gets any film from, like, say, Netflix or Sky
Right,
or wherever you're subscribed to,
Right.
and it'll play the movie you want. But
You
it's
want.
saying it movie night, and it's saying the film.
It's amazing, isn't it, to think this is how far we've come.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I
Back to
remember.
the Future's already here.
But yeah, because he didn't have.
Back to the Future.
That's right. Yeah, he did. He had the glasses and the pull-down screen.
Close the door!
As a kid, that always freaked me out. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's just something about the eyes. It's horrible.
It's the evil one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think. Because when they take the animatronic shark from Jaws, you compare it to a real shark. It doesn't look exactly like a real shark.
No.
It looks.
It's not very evil.
Yeah. Something about its teeth are always out. You know, and it's. Yeah, I mean, I remember, back in the days, you go to the video shop, get a big clunky video case off the shelf.
Yeah.
I remember when DVD was like the next best thing, you know.
You had the mini disc, didn't you?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
DVD was like the best thing when it came out.
It was amazing. And I always liked the optional extras. And then I know it was only short-lived, but the PSPs used to have those little. You get a movie on a PSP, but now you know what you've just said. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about streaming and putting stuff from the internet, isn't it?
I mean, I've got about 10 boxes in the garage full of DVDs.
Yeah.
They're not even worth 10p a DVD now.
No.
But at the time, it was like every week you go and buy a new film.
You got a new film. Yeah.
You get paid on a Friday and you buy a film.
Yeah. Same with music as well,
Now
isn't
it's
it?
not worth it. It's like Alexa, you pay £3 a month and you can get unlimited music.
Yeah.
Whatever music, just talk to it and say, play me whatever song you want to play.
And
It plays it.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've ever done my
Which is a whole other conversation altogether, isn't it? Really about thoughts on tech.
It's all in the cloud now.
It's all in the cloud, yeah.
To work with me, it has
All in the
real
cloud.
insight on company core foundation.
It's quite scary, isn't it? Oh.
No, she's wriggling. So we're at the point in the film now where they've tranquilised a shark, then revived it, which I don't think is actually possible to do.
Yeah.
Sharks need to keep swimming.
That's it.
And they need the water to run over the gills, so it's a big ask for audiences to swallow that, to be honest. Excusing the pun.
Yeah.
Alright, now we've got an opportunity for some amazing 3D skiing.
Yeah.
So that looks quite cool.
It's quite hard to do, actually.
Have you done it?
Well, I can ski, obviously, on snow, but I've never tried it. My friends have. They say it's really difficult.
I've only done water skiing once, last July.
You've got to start in the water, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
Sort of come up slowly and then go.
Yeah.
That looks good.
That's brilliant. Free Willy, almost.
Yeah.
That looks brilliant, the water. Oh.
See the ball come at you then?
Yeah, it did. It worked. Yeah, Laura's always wanted to do it, and we did it once last summer. I won't say where we did it, but you're right, you have to, and she actually did it holding onto the rope.
She
could do it. For me, they had just like a bar on the side of the boat, and it took me a little while to kind of get the technique right, because you've got to start with your knees bent in the water.
And you've got to lean back a little.
Yeah, and the temptation is to kind of you've got to keep your arms. That's right. Yeah, the temptation is to
bring it close to you.
Yeah, and then you just tumble. And I went in a couple of times, and
because you bring it close to you, you sort of go over.
Yeah, it hurts.
You know. Lean back.
Yeah, that's right. So you're basically like Wile E. Coyote.
Basically, that's it. Yeah.
And I did it, and but he said to me, if you fall off, just let yourself go.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't listening, and I just
stiffen up.
I did. Yeah, and I was literally holding onto that bar, and I was basically like doing a flipping, a barbell.
Yeah.
Like, on. And he said to me, "Don't hold onto the boat, mate, because it just rip your arms out your shoulders." And the following day, I was like, I'm hurting so bad.
Yeah.
I told people, they're like, "Why were you trying to hold a speedboat? You're not Superman. What are you trying to?"
But you do, you panic and you stiffen.
Yeah.
When you just naturally, you let yourself flop, it just your body becomes a sponge.
I'd need a few more goes. The thing is, you pay, and I was only like at about 25 minutes, so I'd have to do it, all day or something.
Yeah. Good fun. We have 3D dancers.
Yeah, 3D dancers. We've got 3D water skiers. 3D flags.
Yeah.
Right.
Synchronised.
Skiers. See, as a kid, when I watched this on video, I used to think they're showing an awful lot of slow-mo water skiers. It's clearly for the benefit of the 3D,
Got to see a shark soon, don't we, again?
Yeah, I think there's one coming up. Just move the mic a bit.
Ready for some fun? Fantastic. Let's ride the bumper boat.
Bumper boats?
Right, yeah. So basically, at this particular SeaWorld, they've got like an underwater tunnel system. So some strange mermaids inviting you in.
Dragon?
That's like a sea serpent. But this is clearly not under the sea. This is all green screen or whatever.
Like a hippo sort of mouth.
Yeah.
It's like a hippo mouth.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know why, but.
So is that actually at Florida, this sort of thing here?
No, this is all
made up.
All made up for the film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quite a good idea.
Yeah. See, every now and again I'm getting a double image, but it's not because it's.
Occasionally I get it, and it's like it gives you almost like a headache almost.
Yeah.
Your eyes are cross-eyed.
I
think it is the quality of the 3D.
I think you're right. Yeah. Look, you missed.
You and I are going to have to.
And yet that's really clear. So basically, for me now, if I
her
was
hair's sort of flowing.
yeah, the mundane stuff, the natural stuff is the best stuff in 3D, not the tentacle that
Like his
came out.
shoulders are, you can see a 3D.
Yeah. Just their strands of hair blowing, the dolphin in the background. So I think what's going to come up now is the guy who had his arm, well, I say his arm bitten off. It was his arm that was floating. I think he's going to pop up now and scare those kids. And then they're going to find out that
she's seen something.
Yeah.
What is he doing here?
Calvin ordered him.
Why didn't he just ask me? Why did he go ahead on his own?
This shark, a first of its kind to be held in captivity,
No, Danny!
appears to be a...
That shark looks so fake.
Yeah, it's
Just a minute, please. Remain calm. That's Dr. Morgan and assistant members of our staff. Please don't
rubbery
leave here
fin.
in any way.
See, that's a crystal clear image. That's
Yeah.
got depth to it. And those kids look further back.
So are you implying now that the shark needs to have more room to have its balls over its gills?
Basically, yeah. I think what's happened is the Lewis Gossett Jr., the bald guy, being the rich suit that he is, has said, "Oh, you know what? Move the baby shark and put it on display where everyone can see it."
Yeah.
And by doing that, they've probably made a half-assed job of it.
Right.
I don't know. Without meaning to get too deep on Jaws 3D, I guess what they're saying is that I suppose there's a message there about having marine life in captivity, or any animal, I guess, in captivity. I guess what they're saying is the shark's a predator. There's no shark. You can't go and see. Well, actually, you can see
small baby sharks.
Baby sharks, can't you? But nothing. Not a
I
great.
think not them sort of sizes.
No, not great whites. Yeah.
Even the orcas shouldn't be in.
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine having a whole ocean and you get put in like a tank.
Yeah.
Photograph
So I'm guessing the mum shark's not happy now.
No, I think she's going to rear her head in a minute. How she knows
Are you sure?
that her little
child,
babies, I don't know.
Can this hold two people?
You see, the first Jaws. Have you seen it recently? Have you not?
I've not seen Jaws for a while.
Okay. I've got it on Blu-ray. The first Jaws, it's, Spielberg's. It's one of his classics. That fish stuff is great. I went to see Jaws. I've seen it hundreds of times, but I went to see it at the Royal Albert Hall last year with Laura in October.
Oh yeah, in London,
in concert. So they projected the movie at the Albert Hall on this huge screen, and the orchestra in the pit played all the music live.
Oh, wicked! That sounds
with
really
it.
good.
It was brilliant. And it's the first time I'd ever seen Jaws, on a big screen. I think this body's going to float up now.
Yeah.
And I saw Back to the Future in concert as well at the Royal Albert Hall. It's worth doing if you get a chance.
Some of the classics are really good.
Yeah. Right. So she's been shoved against the window. So why does the shark spit the bodies out?
Yeah, just eats the blood.
Yeah, no. If you get a chance, do the Royal Albert Hall. They do. As you know, they do loads of stuff, but they do movies. They did Raiders of the Lost Ark. They did E.T.
Yep.
And so all the orchestral music you'll hear in a movie, they will play it live in sync.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's incredible how they do it because they've got to get the timing right.
Let's like Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, that was. They just pulled the sheet back on the. He's got a worm in his mouth. Yeah, because it had its 30th anniversary in 2015.
It was quite recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, so for that they had it in concert. So they have an interval.
But wasn't Back to the Future supposed to be like 2018?
So no, the second one they went to the future in 2015. So
2015.
that's
okay,
right. Yeah.
So it's just recently gone past.
It's just gone past.
3
We've
years
got no
ago.
flying cars, no hoverboards.
There is hoverboards, though, isn't there? You see them like all driving around.
Oh,
The kids
you mean
they don't really hover.
No,
but
the wheel. They're
electric sort of
on the wheels. I mean, I want something that's going to
actually floats.
Floaty board.
Chase a car.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, down through the tunnel. Yeah, so the conductor has a laptop, and he's got these he's got the soundtrack on the screen, and he knows exactly when to cue in the. I'll tell you the bit at the end of the movie where Doc's on the clock tower.
Oh yeah.
In fact, your proscenium here reminds me of the clock tower. And Marty's trying to get the DeLorean to go. That whole sequence is about 10 minutes. That bit. Yeah. That's 10 minutes of non-stop orchestral music.
Oh really?
And so the moment he arrives,
the talent's getting that together.
Yeah, and because I was watching the movie, but I was looking at everything. This orchestra, they're going for it. And when he finally the lightning strikes and he goes, the whole of the album all just applauded.
I can imagine.
It was incredible, And then when they played the Back to the Future theme, have you been? Sorry, have you been to the?
Oh, I've not been to the Royal Albert Hall.
Oh, it's great. We took.
Have to try it.
Hey,
have to try it.
You have to try it. Yeah, we took. Our 6-year-old, or he wasn't 6 at the time, we took him to see Ratatouille.
Oh right,
in concert. That was because that was brilliant as well. And we got a box. They gave us a box, and I'm so naive. I'm stupid at these things. Laura said,
"The box is brilliant."
Well, I'd never.
To get a box is quite expensive usually.
Yeah. So basically, it was during like a half-term week, and they had like loads of spare seats, and she said, "We got a box if you want it." So we took it. I think one of the family came in, and they were sitting sort of next to us. There we go. There's the big mama.
There goes mummy.
They locked the door, and she said to me, "Do you know how much a box is?" I was like, "No," and I had my beer, and she went, "We're never going to get this chance again." So I was like, "Oh, great. All right, we're in a box." So
I reckon it's a few thousand.
Yeah, really.
I reckon so.
We were sat with a perfect view
in a packed out.
Yeah,
peak time. I mean, the boxes are like the where the crane goes, isn't it?
Yeah,
up in
the raw box, yeah.
Was a shark.
So what happens now? The mum shark's coming after
right,
now. They've realised it's got the wrong shark.
You're at a cross.
Yeah, they've realised now that
that little shark has not done that much damage.
That's right, basically, yeah.
And it's something bigger out there.
Basically, yeah.
And there he is.
There he is. He's been hiding.
Our shark still has all its teeth. That means it was a baby. Our shark couldn't have killed Overman. Its mother did.
Its mother? The damn shark's mother? Cal, don't you hear what she's saying here? Well, I'm listening. Now, if the innocent, she gave birth way out to sea and the baby swam through the sea gate that you left open, bro.
No. Overman was killed inside the park. The baby was caught inside the park. Its mother is inside the park.
Here we go.
Here it comes now. From what I remember, it's not too bad a looking shark. Although I think it smiles.
Oh. There's the mother.
I remember going to Butlins as a kid years ago, and they had you could go into a restaurant and you could see the swimming pool, the people's legs, and it always reminded me of this.
I'm sure it's like in Dubai, you can go under the water in into a restaurant.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's Dubai.
It was Dubai, yeah.
I've not been there, but I've seen it on TV.
I wouldn't doubt it, yeah.
Get out of the water.
Yeah, basically, yeah. This is the. Quite funny because obviously he's trying to act sort of really serious, but I think he's just going to come off as funny because he's just
some nutters just like
he's just literally
running down his arms.
Yeah, running through a theme park. I think she survives, but she gets a pretty nasty wound. Marty's mum. I know her real name's Leah Thompson, but I just want to call her Marty's mum.
Yeah, she's Marty's mum.
She's Marty's mum. I always find things like this in movies funny where some poor guy is just trying to do his job.
And someone takes over his apparatus.
Yeah. Because he ends up just coming off as a schmuck. See, look, he's just spilt his coffee. And There's no need for that, is there? And he helps him out.
It's like, just stop it.
Yeah. So now we're in mission control. They always had those disc things in the back. What are they? Is it magnetic tape? What is it?
I don't know, is it something that records things?
Yeah. It's like Thunderbirds, like the control centre in Thunderbirds.
They had that in Jurassic World, didn't they? I'm sure they had like a massive hub that was the power hub.
Yeah, they did. There's always a hub.
It was in the new Jurassic World.
Is that the Fallen King?
Recently.
You haven't, no.
Well, I haven't seen it either. Francesca's going to see it. She's only 7.
Yeah, oh really?
She's really scared of Harry.
Yeah, oh yeah. Finally. Still recording.
Oh, here we go. Here he comes, or she comes.
They've got nice legs, those two.
Oh, that okay?
Yeah. See, when I came off my skis, I came off a couple of times. It really hurt my toe.
Look at that shot. It was like really close to him.
Yeah, too close.
One's gonna go, aren't they?
It's moving really slow there.
One's got at least.
See, another thing, I don't know if you remember this, but again, it's geek stuff. Jaws 2 had some really dynamic action. There's not a lot of dynamic action in this. No, the shark moves listlessly, people fall in and get back in. Even that fin's moving really slow.
There's a leg.
It's such a poor carbon copy of the first one, isn't it? See, why is there suddenly blood appearing now? Who's?
I think he's falling through the wood, isn't he?
Oh, has he cut his leg? Right. He's just flapping. I remember as a kid, I've not seen this for a long time, the cut on her leg looks really nasty.
Right.
It looks really nasty.
The graphics are quite good on the leg.
Yeah, I think the prosthetic on her thigh, from what I remember. Like wrap it up in a towel or something.
Oh yeah, big dick.
That's a good effect.
You're gonna be okay.
Let's go, come into the water. Bring it in the water. Shut it, the gate open. Cindy and Sandy are out there. No, they're gonna have to take care of themselves, Liz. We can't take our chance on that big bitch getting in there.
Hey, you alright? Yeah, fine. I'm gonna go with Kelly. You should.
And that's it, Marty's mum's off in an ambulance and she's not in the rest of the movie.
That's her bit done.
That's her bit done.
There's a few £1 million bonus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for the paycheck.
Now please have your kind attention. Due to technical difficulties, it has become necessary for us to temporarily close the undersea kingdom. Now, for those of y'all who are still...
Look at the dude in the red dungarees.
I know. Fashion back in the 80s.
Three eyes, and they will point out the most convenient and accessible place.
What the hell is the nearest successful exit? We're on the water.
Is this all?
Uh-huh.
Give me some lights down there.
Yeah, right here.
And some shit down there.
He's gone all brother now, hasn't he?
He's like, get them out quick.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you all
I can't see shit down it.
So please follow me in an orderly fashion and remember.
Is that boy wearing a crop top t-shirt?
Yeah.
Right, what? Oh.
Dungarees.
Daddy, look at the fish!
Holy shit!
Oh, shit.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at them all running past the camera.
Number 6.
So in your opinion, would you think a child would be more frightened of a dinosaur or a shark? Or both?
I think the dinosaurs recently apparently were really graphical. So, I think 30 years ago this would have been quite scary.
Yeah, I think it would have been. Yeah.
But now you sort of like you can see the graphics.
Yeah.
The woman's ghost status. Activated. Now.
I don't really know what the shark was trying to achieve.
Have they
though.
closed the doors now on people that have...
Yeah. So we've kind of descended into like a 70s disaster movie
Yeah.
now. It's like become the Poseidon adventure.
Where everyone's stuck in this...
Yeah. In the two patches of...
Yeah.
She's doing her job really well.
Yeah, calm everyone down.
Yeah. You think there'd be more people in that hub, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Like,
just 3 people.
yeah, just his nephew and some woman. So now we've had barely any shark action, and now we're in some welding factory.
What are they making? What are they trying to design?
I think they're going to try and fix.
Harpoons or something.
I think it's to fix the tunnel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Try and get them out.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing.
Then we can evacuate?
No, then we gotta put pressure back into the tunnels and the watertight doors will open up and people go home. Hey, watch how you're cutting the thing. It's critical.
Relax. Doing everything you can.
It's all like Coca-Cola and cigarettes, you see. He's getting.
They're really doing the brands, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I've been thinking. Maybe Venezuela can use some trained whales, huh?
Are you serious?
I don't know about you, but
I think this one's on me.
every now and again I'm looking at him. I'm thinking Harrison Ford, but
I
he's.
did think that a little bit actually. The young version. Of
Yeah.
him.
Surprised he's never been like played his brother or something.
Yeah.
Mr. Sherry's going to be here.
Look at
Please, please, I have a statement to make.
He looks like the maitre d' from Ghostbusters. I don't think it is him, but remember when they
The
go
one,
to
the
the,
one that opened up all the ghosts.
yeah. Oh no, I wasn't thinking. Oh, him.
The one
No.
who went in and shut it all down. And
Yeah, Walter
let
Peck.
them all out. The idiot.
The idiot. No, I wasn't thinking of him. I was thinking of the maitre d' in the hotel when they go and get Slimer. But you got a good point there.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I can see you mean one who's saying he's not going to pay the money.
That's right. Yeah, him.
We're working right now to
Yeah.
release them under the
Ghostbusters is a classic.
Yeah, because he had the little moustache and the bow tie.
Yeah.
didn't he?
In addition, 7 visitors were
We can put it right back in there, Dr. Venkman.
Don't shut it down.
Yeah.
I'll let you know as I find out.
That's such a funny scene. Yeah, Walter. Do you know what? I saw an interview with the actor who played Walter Peck,
Oh yeah.
and they said, "Oh, who shut it down?" And he said, "Oh, that's because of Dickless over there."
Dickless, yeah.
And he said, years after, he said, he
Yeah,
said,
he gets that all the time.
yeah, he said there was a load of kids on a school bus. They were Dickless. He was like, "Thanks, guys, thanks."
It was a movie.
Pencil neck.
Yeah. That was a classic movie. That.
Yeah. Still funny.
I remember being a kid. I probably was about maybe 7 or 8, maybe when it came out, and it was during the evening part where News at 10 came on.
That's
and
right.
Trevor
Yeah.
McDonald came on for
That's
probably
right.
half an hour, and
Yeah,
they played
yeah.
the last half an hour afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I
was
remember.
always sent to bed at like that time. I was
Yeah,
like,
they used to do.
half an hour.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot, didn't they? The Gremlins continues after the
That's
news.
it.
Yeah.
It's always
And
after
it was
the
always
news.
it's always a school night as well.
It's always a school night.
Always a school night. Yeah.
Classic films.
Yeah. Do you know, it's funny you should say that. News at 10. Believe it or not, another bit of really boring trivia for you. The guy who composed the music for Jaws 3D composed the News at 10.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, honestly. I'm trying to think of his name. I read it. I did a bit of research on. If you put, what's the composer's name? I think Alan Parker. He's some composer, British composer. Did the News at 10 theme. It'd be Alan Parker, but.
Well, just how are you going to guarantee that? Live bait. We're ready to move out over the tunnel now. Let's go.
John Williams? Creates Thames for News? No, it's not it.
No, it'd be Alan Parker. John Williams did the first Jaws.
Alan Parker.
Yeah. Was he showing out? Does it say Alan Parker?
Just looking here now. That's something different, that is. Who composed News at 10 theme? Yeah?
Yeah, try that.
Yeah, we're on top of it. Okay.
No, it's going to YouTube now. John Williams creates Thames for New.
No, John Williams
Alan
did.
Tick.
John Williams did, Superman and Star Wars and.
Oh, sorry. It's just
Rocky, the man behind the theme tune.
Stay out of it, please.
And I've rid the life line.
Don't worry about your dolphins, love. They'll be fine. They'll just swim away.
And use the rope to pull yourself back in. Right. Mother and I do all the filming.
ITV News, isn't it?
Yes, right.
ITV News at 10.
This isn't a picnic. This film is a bloody retirement annuity.
It was composed by Johnny Pearson.
Okay.
What's the matter? Get no feet.
Theme music composed by David Hewson.
No.
Presented by Tom Bradley.
But you could always IMDb Jaws 3 and then it will give you the composer. And
Okay, we're all set down here.
Just for a minute then, when you're on your phone, just those two sitting and chatting, the depth of field on that 3D was brilliant.
It was really good then.
It was really, really good. They were just sitting and talking.
Alan Parker.
Alan Parker. There you go. That little bit of music reminds me of a cross between Alien, just then, and
They're testing the lifeline to see if it's secure.
Star Wars. When when in the first Star Wars film, when R2D2's like, when I say the first Star Wars film, I'm not talking about the prequels. I'm talking about the first one with Luke Skywalker and that. When R2D2 goes off, he separates from C-3PO and he goes off, and all those little Jawas, the little hoods, that little bit of music then
just reminds you of that.
Yeah, because there's a big sort of sandcrawler thing there.
I'm not really a Star Wars or Star Trek kind of guy.
Sorry?
Never really liked Star Wars or Star Trek.
No, yeah.
Sort of bored me a little bit.
I understand that completely.
I'm more of a horror kind of man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I brought the right film.
So like Jaws.
Yeah.
Saw.
Right.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, them sort of.
Oh really? I never would have put you down for that.
And also thrillers, like a good thriller.
Oh right, okay. The new Halloween's coming out on the 19th of October.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Just in time.
Just in time, yeah. The 40th anniversary. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Oh, I have to get that on DVD, won't we?
Yeah, we have to do that. Yeah.
3D version.
Here we go.
Here it comes.
Yeah, it's. I suppose there is something really freaky about something like that emerging from the murky
I would
depths.
be absolutely packing my pants.
Yeah.
I just think I'll give up. Take me now.
Yeah.
You're not going to fight it, are you? You're not going to win.
No, look at that. That's just it. Looks evil.
It's a dinosaur.
Yeah, it looks evil, doesn't it? So I think what they're trying to do is trick it back into that tunnel and lock the door on it so it drowns. Now what's coming up now, I don't know how good it's going to look now, but it used to freak me out as a kid because he's basically in the tunnel with this thing. He can't get out now, he's got to go out a different way.
Oh, okay.
So
he's going through the tunnel?
Basically gone through the tunnel. She can't, the shark can't turn around in that tunnel.
Right, so it's stuck in there now.
Stuck in there, but he's pulling on a rope and he's heading towards some sort of hatch.
I guess that's
but he's not going to get out of the hatch.
No,
he's going to suffer, and I think, from what I remember, it's horrible. He's obviously got no phobias. Look at that.
It's moving really slowly.
Yeah, it's probably because it's on wheels.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That fin action's quite good though.
Yeah, I was just scared. So I think that's a pump pumping water, so it's pushed him into its mouth.
Yeah.
Now he's in its mouth.
Oh dear. See ya.
It's just horrible, isn't it?
It's just... what a way to die.
So as a kid, I remember seeing that, and I was just the thought
Petrified, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just the thought. You can just see the
nightmares
a tunnel of teeth.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm in it, and I'm not getting out. It's yeah, horrible.
So now the shark's trapped now.
Yeah. So I guess the real drive behind doing this commentary and talking about it and seeing it in 3D is because as a kid, knowing that was in 3D, always put this nightmare in my head. Even though I'd never seen it, I used to think, God, what would it look like? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is he in Superman?
You're thinking of Richard Pryor.
It looks a bit like him, doesn't it?
Yeah, from Superman 3. Yeah, you're thinking of Richard Pryor. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Comedian kind of guy.
Yeah. It's because he's got the afro and moustache.
Maybe, yeah. It just looks similar.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Superman fan. I've got.
But it came out today that the Lois Lane, the actress.
That's right,
she actually killed herself, didn't she?
That's right, Margot Kidder. Yeah.
It came out in the news today that she.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, because they just said that she died peacefully, didn't they, a couple of months ago?
Yeah, but she actually drug overdose and.
That's right. Well, it was induced, wasn't it? She. And you just add that to another list of. Well, unfortunately, we're just living in a time of severe mental health, aren't we? And depression and how many.
But they say the Superman film's cursed, isn't it? I mean, the man who can fly and save the world ends up becoming paralysed.
That's right. Yeah.
Silly horse riding accident.
Richard Pryor, as we're on the subject, Richard Pryor was a drug addict, and actually I think he was freebasing cocaine or something. He set himself on fire. Yeah, and then he got MS.
You got to think that film was probably one of the best films. Probably everyone knows the film all around the world.
Yeah, Superman. Yeah.
It's just a classic.
Yeah. I bet that looks great on there, doesn't it? The first Superman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because the blue credits kind of come out in the end.
And the music was good. The music was good as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The music, the theme, the whole lot was great.
The thing is with Superman, it's the superhero film that every other superhero movie is compared to, isn't it? And there's so many of them now.
I think the sequels didn't get boring either. For me, it didn't. I mean, the oil tanker did.
That was number 3.
That's the only one that sort of got a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but the number 1 and 2 were the better ones. Yeah, 1 and 2 are great.
Just check my recorder. Yeah, we're still going.
Shut the pumps off.
Yeah, I've got Superman. I've got Superman on Blu-ray. Or have I? No, I don't think I have.
I think I have.
No, I'll tell you what I've got. It came out a couple of months ago. I've got an extended version of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours long.
Superman.
The first one, Superman the movie.
One.
Yeah, because without getting into it too much, because I could probably talk all night about it. Basically, Superman 1 and 2 were filmed back to back.
Okay.
At the same time in the UK over at Pinewood Studios. It was a massive production, and then they stopped filming. They stopped filming Superman 2 and said, look, just focus on getting number 1 finished.
Yeah.
It was released, it was a big hit. They went back to film number 2, but they fired the director, the original director, because he didn't get on with the producers. They were French producers, because actually Superman was an independently financed film.
Okay.
The producers were big-time French producers. They did the Musketeer movies, but Warner Brothers released it. So, so because they had Marlon Brando, and he cost so much money, they said, look, just cut all. Don't use the scenes you've shot with him. Just they got a different director in, and they kind of they reshot some stuff, and it was a big hit. However, a lot of stuff was left on the cutting room floor. It was released It was released in 2006. She's escaping now. Yeah, there was loads more footage of Marlon Brando as Jor-El. There was loads more. That whole him of him losing his powers. It was all completely different. And then a couple of months ago, there was a TV version released on Blu-ray. It was 3 hours long. There was even more footage that was left on it. Like loads of. I mean, some of it is unfinished footage. You can see why they've cut it out. Loads of shots of Clark walking through the Arctic to his Fortress of Solitude. There's even a sequence where where Jimmy Olsen falls off the Hoover Dam.
Oh yeah.
And he saves it. There's a whole sequence where Superman flies back round and says, "Go ahead, kid, take the shot." And he takes a photo of the and it looks brilliant because it's a finished, completed shot.
Yeah.
But you've never seen it. You're like,
no, it sort of ends. He picks him up, puts him somewhere safe, and
that's
goes
right.
off.
Yeah. So Bank takes the photograph of the. I think it's just more Christopher Reeve. It's great, you know. And there's a whole. That earthquake.
I didn't know it was filmed in London though.
Pinewood Studios. Yeah, Pinewood. I mean, they location shot a lot of it.
Yeah.
But the actual sets were Pinewood.
Brilliant.
They filmed it on the James Bond set.
The James Bond sets there, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is, in fact.
Get out of here! Come on, get out.
Did that shark roar? I think it's just
raw.
raw.
I felt like it roared, didn't it?
I think the 007 set. I think they filmed they did film Big Brother. Hang on, I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Pinewood,
Pinewood or Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood. Yeah, I think that's where they do. There's a Tesco's there now.
Because Big Brother originally was in East London near Bow.
Right.
And they moved it to the Pinewood Studios.
Right.
When they went to Channel 5.
Oh, I see.
When it was on Channel 4, it was in East London.
Yeah.
A friend of my mum's, had a flat that looked down to the actual Big Brother set.
Oh, really?
So you actually watch it live.
Right, when they're in the garden and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, brilliant.
Just near Roman Road it was, in Bow.
Right. So the Channel 5 one then, where's that?
Channel 5 is at Pinewood.
Is it Pinewood? Okay.
Yeah. Near EastEnders.
Yes. Yeah, we're getting to the climax of the movie now.
So the shark's escaped now, isn't it?
Yeah, she's out. That's how I sound when I'm brushing my teeth and she's asking me a question. I'm like,
especially at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. It's alright, I'm not working the weekend, so...
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm off, so... We're going... we're actually doing the slide at the Olympic Park on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever done that? Have you heard of it?
In London, you mean Stratford?
Yeah.
No.
There's a structure... What's it called? Is it called the slide? There's a structure at the Olympic Park.
The big red one?
Yeah.
And you got to go around.
You go around. Yeah. As a Christmas present, her sister bought us to go down it. So I think it's 60 seconds. Is it some ridiculous drop?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that Saturday.
Just you two.
Just us two.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we've done a few things.
We don't get to go out anymore that much.
No, that's well, you've got a few more, haven't you? You've got a few more to kind of.
I know.
You've got a few more mouths.
No one wants to babysit
feed.
5 children.
No.
Well, one you can sort of palm off. 2 is all right, but
I was going to say
3, 4, and 5, it's no.
That's a whole other conversation in itself.
It's hard work, but it's the kids are really. It's good for them. They have a lot of brothers and sisters they can
I bet.
play
Yeah,
with,
got siblings. Yeah.
entertain each other. There's a lot of arguing.
I can imagine. All girls?
No, 3 girls, 2 boys.
Oh, okay.
So Maria starts in Oakdale September, so there'll be 3 in the school. By the time Francesca leaves, there'll be 5 in the school before she leaves. So they'll all be at school together at one stage. And then she'll be going off somewhere else.
I see. Oh, this is the.
Yeah, it comes towards you.
This is the shot.
Yeah, it comes towards you.
This is the shot. Let's see if it really works. This is the
ultimate.
The ultimate 3D moment. Let's see if it. Kind of.
It didn't really work for me, did it?
No, I went a bit cross-eyed.
It didn't come at me too much.
No. See, paper floating about is in more 3D.
You want the glass to sort of smash in your face.
Yeah. Oh, Richard Pryor's going to get it.
Well, he's got one person.
Yeah. See, it's backing out like a lorry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a dummy. It's horrible. It's the noises of
the crunching.
Yeah, that's the worst bit. Who's that? Is he? Oh, he's letting go. Oh, he's letting go.
Yeah, it's killed him.
I think it'll cut there. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm trying to work out if this is a stunt man.
That's some sort of bomb.
It's this that grenade, isn't it? That yellow grenade.
He needs to shoot it.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
So the shark smashed through the window of the hub, right?
Yeah.
And it keeps cutting to the outside where it looks like it's stuck, it can't go in, which is clearly a puppet. But when you look at it here, it looks like it could easily swim in there.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fins are
sort of
stopping
the door.
Yeah. It's got a bit more movement, this shark. Its gum line is doing what sharks do. See, look at that.
That's quite good, that bit there. Come on, it's it. Boom!
Right, now we should get another 3D effect now. I thought this was supposed to come out at me. Well, one of the intestines came out towards me a little bit.
And backbone, maybe?
And a bit of backbone, but the jaws just... So, I would say... At this point, as we're at the end of the movie, I would say probably the depth, the sunlight, the water, that's the best bit of the 3D, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think the shark bit where it's not...
No.
Not the depth exploitation.
No. The reflections and stuff, the underwater stuff.
When you remove the glasses, it's definitely blurry.
Yeah.
And now it's really blurry.
Yeah. So, just to kind of round it up, really, would you say then your other kind of 3D, you've had better 3D experiences?
Yeah.
With things like Avatar
or Hobbit. I mean, I was watching Hobbit earlier, and it was much better.
Yeah.
Well, the dolphins are happier now, aren't they?
Yeah, the water looked good there. I think now
even Sky is better. You know, Sky, but the Skybox, watching say a 3D movie on Sky.
Yeah. So if you watch there's 2 really fake dolphins here.
Yeah.
So Would you say that that's terrible, isn't it? So would you say watching a wildlife program?
Yeah.
Or football? Or
I think football's great. Wildlife's great. Yeah. I think this one hasn't really. It's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Beginning of 3D.
Yeah. Well.
It was still good though.
That was it. That was Jaws 3D. So I haven't seen it at all up until now. So any sort of final thoughts then on anything at all?
I think the shark could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
And more shark action.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So plot-wise,
the first half an hour was just talking about the park.
Yeah.
So there was no like initial shark
stuff.
Yeah.
So quite mundane, really. You know, I do apologise that you've literally wasted 2 hours of your life. You're not going to get back. I'm so sorry.
At least I've seen it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't forget it.
No, okay.
I suppose that's the whole point of the film, isn't it? Not to forget it.
Yeah.
The story of the film is quite good, actually, isn't it? Where they think they've got the shark and they haven't, and the actual shark is actually hiding somewhere.
Yeah, I suppose so. I guess
the theory's good.
You just need, I guess, better special effects. You need more dynamic. There's not enough dynamic movement, is there?
No.
To it. You know, like we were saying, the shark just kind of. It's got no. Yes, when the fin comes out, fine, but
you want really the more the sway.
Yeah, and I think this...
The sharks move fast.
Yeah, completely, and I think with this new film that's coming out tomorrow called Meg, which I think is very tongue-in-cheek...
Yeah, so we should see more.
You're going to get all that CGI...
Better graphics,
but, you know, how many more films can you do about a shark? How many more can they do?
I think the shark is quite a scary animal, isn't it? It's one of the scariest animals there is.
Yeah.
Predator-wise.
I would say so, yeah, definitely.
That's alive today.
Yeah, completely.
That or an alligator or a snake. I think they're the main three.
Because when you're in the water, excuse the pun again, but you are well out your depth. And
well, we're not designed to swim, are we?
No,
really?
no.
So
no.
On land we can run, but
yeah, it's like you heard the comedian Dylan Moran, Irish comedian. He's really funny.
Yeah.
He said when he went to Australia and he said why do people go in the sea? It's clearly designed exclusively to be full of things that are designed to kill you because they're all in there. Sharks, swimming knives, jellyfish.
Yeah. They're all going to try and get you. Even whales and dolphins. I mean, they're nice and friendly sometimes, but I think if they get hungry.
Well, thank you so much for letting me watch Jaws 3D in your living room.
No problem.
That's the end of the commentary, so I'll see you guys soon with another one.